Till a few years back, the first sight that caught one's attention, even as he stepped out of the Kochi Tirumala temple through his western Gopuram, was the unusually big campus, full of salubrious, lush green fruit bearing trees, located in between a huge peepal tree and a small shrine of Dharmashastra. It was this campus commonly referred by the locals as Patekalempuram, the land of the Pateka, an elderly lady of that time. It was here Sri Giri Prabhu was born as the eldest son of Sri Govinda Prabhu and grandson of Sri Vamana Prabhu. Sri Giri had a modest beginning, like any other members of the then GSB community who were still trying to find their fate in an alien land after being displaced from Goa, bereft of lands and riches by the Christian missionaries. After his middle school education, as was the practice those days, Sri Giri Prabhu took up a job in the nearby jewellery shop before marrying Kumari Kaveri, daughter of Sri Srinivasa Malya of Kochi. As the married life blossomed, they had 7 children. Theirs was a happy family, with mother taking care to instill in her kids values like devotion to God, basic formal education, mutual support on all times between the family members, etc. True to her expectations, these values stood with the children the whole life. As the girl crossed the right age, Sri Giri got them married off to grooms belonging to respectable families in the neighboring villages. But in a major tragedy, Sri Giri Prabhu suddenly passed away after a brief illness. Even as the family was recovering from their shock, another tragedy struck. This time Balakrishna, the youngest son, still in his teens, died of some mysterious illness. That was the darkest period for the family. But thanks to the timely help from Kaveri's father, they overcame that turbulent period. In the meantime, Sri Sarvottam, the eldest son, passed the matriculation exam from TD School Kochi and was soon employed by Aspinwall and Company, a premier trading firm that was later owned by the royal family of Travancore. As and when they completed their matriculation exams, the other 2 sons, Sri Purushottam and Sri Sadananda, 2 got suitably employed. That greatly helped to stabilize the financial condition of the family. It was from that time Sri Sarvottam slowly took charge of the family.